Budding Butterfly Karen, how are you? So this week we are literally right in the thick of it. So it's been an interesting sort of 2 weeks. I mean, it sort of starts like around the 28th of July. That's kind of when the the energy starts changing for Lionsgate. But it's 2 weeks of craziness. To find your own crazy at that point, I just roll with it. I'm used to it. So so yes, I noticed though, as the week sort of got a wee bit crazy, everything looks okay environmentally, but energy was really coming through. I feel like my vibration right now is just like amazing. I don't function on a medium vibration, let alone a low one. I function on a very, very high vibrational frequency. Yeah. A lot of low vibrational energy that can't be in my presence for too long anyway, which is fantastic, because I'd have to reject them, then they just sort of reject themselves, like ciao ciao. So that happens a lot, but I'm okay with that. And I've mentioned this before, because I really sort of, I do a lot of energy reading, obviously, tap into people's energy. It's been emotional, feeling people's pain and people's anxiety and everything. So that, it's not nice to know that they're going through that. It's just, not a lot of people are open to discussing those things. It's kind of why I became a doctor in this field. So you can talk to me about pretty much anything. There's no judgment, there's no persecution, there's nothing. You'll get realism, you get the truth. If you don't really want to hear the truth, you probably want to find a different doctor that'll just sit there and listen to you. I like to listen. I am a listener. I'm in the people business, obviously, but if you come to me for advice, you're going to get it. So be careful what you want, be careful what you're asking for. I don't give unsolicited advice to anybody. If you make me part of the equation, if you're having a conversation and you bring me into the equation, that means you're probably you're clearly expecting my thoughts or opinions on it. Otherwise, why bring me into the conversation or the equation altogether? So if you don't want my input, don't ask questions and don't bring me into it. So that's how you get around accidentally giving out unsolicited advice. Shouldn't be doing that anyway. But yeah, so energy, it's been tough, seeing a lot of separations again. I'm pretty sure most of you are probably seeing that yourself and like wondering, how? Oh my God, I never thought. Well, it happens, it's life. And if your energy signatures do not match, you're not going to last. If you've got nothing in common with the person you're with at all, or if your energies are off and the signatures just do not, like, it's not going to work at all. It's not. You have to connect to the correct energy signature. Simple as that. So again, this week it was just like that, for a lot going on, here on 3D, and then obviously like seeing a lot and hearing a lot on 5D. It's like, I could do with a rest. So I need to sleep, but I need to sleep undisturbed for a good 8 hours at least. It's nice. I don't dismiss anything I hear. Absolutely not. I'm the messenger. So when it comes to this, because this is the collective. So anyway, the first message that came through, it came through as clairaudience, and I did connect with a female energy, and I heard, Elliot, I'm blowing the wind charms when it's not windy. It's Nan. Okay, so Elliot, I'm blowing the wind charms when it's not windy. It's Nan. Okay, so I'm assuming that there is a young man, a guy, or an Elliot on here on 3D that is dealing with like his wind charms with the outside are constantly ringing, even when there's no wind or anything, and there's no absolute reason why there should be like really ringing. I guess this is your nana, your grandma, or your nan, I'm assuming. It's just sort of letting you know that one, she's guilty, she's doing it, and two, you know, don't worry about it, don't fear it, it's just now you know why. So I hope that helps, Elliot. If you, hopefully that just gives you clarity for an Elliot who's dealing with that. Okay, so the second message came through as clairaudience. I did connect with a female energy who had a message for someone or someone's, and all I heard was, when you take... I was actually laughing when I heard this, when this came through as well, like, but all I heard clairaudience kicked in was, when you take out the trash, you don't bring it back in. I don't know why, but as soon as when I was hearing that, I'm like, what? But I was also laughing, like, oh my God, I don't know, I found it really humorous. I guess we're all guilty of that, if you think about it, you know, however you want to look at that, you know, when you take out the trash, you don't bring it back in, obviously. So there could be many reasons for that. How you want to interpret it, that message for your own, whatever you're doing, regards to trash, human trash, etc. I would go with that one. This female energy was just, I guess, giving us all some good advice. Someone, or just some, I would say all of us, I guess. It's kind of nice. I'll take that, lady. Yeah. Okay, so the third message came through as clairaudience. And I did connect with a male energy, and I heard the name Sonia, and then I heard, learn to take the high road from time to time. I guess I'm assuming it was for a Sonia here in 3D, and I just heard learn to take the high road from time to time. I think we should all sort of take heed from that, like we all maybe should take the high road from time to time. But unfortunately, we live in a society full of narcissists today. Don't like to take any road, let alone the high road. So work with what you've got in the moment, and then just, you know. But if you're dealing with those sort of narcissist people today, very, very low vibrational human forms, seriously, like the lowest of the low. You can't get any lower than that. When you're a narcissist, you're as low as it goes when it comes to low vibrational energy. It's no lower than that. But I guess when you come across those people and you're dealing with those people, you just need to find a way to take the high road. Don't waste your energy. You can't reason with these people. You can't have a rational conversation with these people. You can't explain anything. They're right, they know everything. That's it. That's it. It's their way or no way. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, that sort of makes sense today. But I guess I'm assuming there was a Sonia that needs to hear that. So the fourth message came through as clairaudience, and I did connect with another female. There's a lot of female energy this last couple of weeks, I will say. A lot of female energy was coming through. I heard the name Maureen, and then I heard, oh, this was quite nice. I like these ones. I heard Lily, which I'm assuming is for somebody, Lily, maybe on 3D. Baby Charlie grows day by day. Big blue-eyed Charlie. So I heard, like I said, I heard the name Maureen, and then I heard Lily. Baby Charlie grows day by day. Big blue-eyed Charlie. I'm assuming that's going to resonate for somebody here on 3D, but it's going to mean something. What I was sensing from that though was, so because I wasn't like seeing any video visual, not even a photographic visual, it was just, I just got the sense, like intuitively, like there was possibly possible mother spirit energy on that, on 3D, or sorry, 5D, and maybe a little boy passed away, you know, as a baby. Probably named Charlie, and maybe the Lily is possibly the mum, or it's hard to say with us, but it just felt like somebody, there was a lady coming, a mature energy coming through, female energy, like a mother energy, just sort of letting the mother know, you know, baby Charlie grows day by day, even on 5D, growing day by day, but big blue-eyed Charlie. So That's kind of what I was feeling from that one. It was like, oh, I like those ones. I don't like those ones. So the fifth message came through as video, visual, and clairaudience. I did connect with a male energy. I saw what looked like a guy, a young guy boxing, like training, you know, in training boxing. And his coach was sort of like, what I was sort of seeing in the visual was like him sort of looking at this guy. There's all these bruises. What's going on with all these bruises on your neck and your face? You know, he was like discussing the bruises around your face and neck. And you know, the young guy was like, oh, it's from boxing, it's from boxing. And then I heard the coach say, bullshit. You can lie to everyone else but me. The bitch is hitting you again. Get rid of her. Yeah, literally like that. Like, I just heard bullshit. You can lie to everyone but me. The bitch is hitting you again. Get rid of her. Yeah, I don't condone that. There's no double standards based on your sex. If you hit your partner, you're a low vibrating scumbag. So it kind of looked like he would, you know, he had like, I mean, I was sort of seeing like bruises and marks on his, like on his neck and on his face, and you know, I guess to the outside world he could, like, well, yeah, I'm a boxer, and everyone would believe it, right? Obviously, but his coach was like, bullshit. Don't think so, because he sees him all the time. So yeah, that kind of like sucked to see that one, but I think, you know, you need to do right by yourself. That's my opinion. A man who hits a woman is not a man, he's a scumbag. And a woman that hits a man because she thinks she can, right? She's a shitty woman, but she's a scumbag. She's no different because based on her sex. Don't like either way from either sex. I don't condone it. So there you go. That's how I feel about consequences for your actions. It's as simple as that. There you go. Just have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And if you really are into that energy within Lionsgate, and you're really feeling the intensity of it, just meditate through it. Take some deep breaths. If you're feeling emotional from it in different ways, if you're laughing more, fantastic, because laughter is good for the soul. If you're crying more, just release it. Just release what you need to release and just, oh, let it go. It doesn't make you weak. It just means you're strong enough to release it, that's all. And then it will calm itself down after the 8th. Other than that, have a great day, and I will speak to you all soon. Butterfly Karen, how are you? Welcome to this week's collective energy reading. I do hope everybody's just getting through that crazy energy shift I was discussing last week, you know, intact. It has been a crazy week or two, so just if you've managed to come out of it unscathed, that's awesome. If you've come out, you know, having an education from it, have you learned something new, fantastic. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, I won't lie. It's been lots of energy, been doing lots and lots of healing as well, especially the last 2 weeks. But I like that. I like to be healing, so it's not a bad thing. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to get started. So the first message came through as clairaudience. I did connect with a female energy, and then I had Brenda, sorry I had to leave the cats, time snuck up on me. And it's funny as well, because when I was I wasn't sort of seeing a visual or anything with this one, not even a photographic visual, but I just got the sense there was a lot of cats around. Like, I could just feel the energy of like many cats and stuff. So maybe this lady Brenda, or this female energy, I'm not sure, probably had a lot of cats, and just obviously left, and then they were all left behind maybe. So it's really sad. So yeah, I mean, that was, you know, but she was just apologising for having to leave all the cats at Weaves. Can't really do much about that, unfortunately. So the second message came through as clairaudience. Okay, so yeah, it's really funny. This one was a divine message too, and this is for the collective. again, now we've got past that energy shift, which is really, really tough. You know, I just heard that there was another energy shift over the next coming weeks. Yeah, I was actually discussing this with some friends earlier. Actually, it's over the next few weeks, it's possible that pretty much every single person is going to feel it's going to feel like there's a slight vibrational pulse at the lower bottom of the spine, so, you know, around the coccyx area, the coccyx there. But I had it the other day. I felt like, whoa, and it was like it almost feels like a vibrational pulse, but I can't really describe it. But apparently, every single human being apparently is going to feel this at some point over the coming weeks. I think it's more to do with the geomagnetic field. There's something within the energy field that's causing this, I don't know, like another energy shift. It's going to be felt by every single person. So if you feel it, don't worry. It's just, I guess I just wanted to, you know, I got the DM, but it was the case of just giving, you know, everybody the heads up. But apparently everybody's going to feel it. So I'd be intrigued to hear back from people, to, you know, just to let me know if you felt it or not. But yeah. And it's a really, really strange feeling too. Okay, so the third message came through was a video, visual, and clairaudience. So I did connect. Oh, okay. Oh la la. So I did connect with a male energy. I heard the name Rob or Bob. And then I saw, I could see that he was an over-the-road truck driver. And I saw him driving down the highway, and then I saw a Canadian registration plate. And then I saw the driver pulling into like a public rest area. And then I heard what I felt, what could be a warning for this Rob or Bob. Definitely like a warning. But all I heard was, don't stop in Tennessee, wait until the next state. So like I say, I did see a big truck down the highway coming into the States, obviously. And then I heard the name Rob or Bob or Rob, sorry. And then I looked at the truck, and then I saw a Canadian registration plate. And then I saw the driver pulling into the rest area. There could be something about, I don't know, it felt like that could be like his last journey, like something maybe was bad was going to happen. But the message clearly was, don't stop in Tennessee, wait until the next state. And again, I don't know if he was coming, well, I'm assuming from Canada, probably south, but depending if he was already in the States, it's hard to say whether he was coming north, south, east or west. But apparently the message was to not stop in Tennessee. So if you do know like a Bob or a Rob who's an over-the-road driver that drives into the States and is from Canada, let's pass the message on. And you know, it's not going to hurt. Just fill, you know, make sure your tank's full before you, you know, maybe the state before you get into Tennessee, but just don't stop. So it could just alter that person's destined path, that's all. Happens all the time. But clearly somebody on 5D came through and was concerned, so there you go. Okay, here's another, yeah, so the fourth message, this one came through as a video, visual, and the clairaudience. Oh. Okay, yeah. This one made me feel a bit sad, but I felt like it was for this little girl's parents. So I did connect to a female energy, and then I saw, like in the back of some, you know, like this garden, and there was a pool, and then I saw a pet dog fall into the pool, and then I saw a little girl jump in to save her dog. She succeeded, she managed to get the dog out, but unfortunately she lost her own life in the process. She actually drowned. And then I saw the dog, you know, obviously the dog raised the alert, you know, the alarm to the parents, and the parents came up, but the dog, I felt from the dog, absolute, like, just distraught, like, you know, if you felt distraught or devastated, that poor dog just felt like, oh my God, this, you know, my little girl's just saved my life, and oh my God, it's just, you know, animals are intelligent anyway, and it just, but it just felt like the parents didn't really know what had happened. Like they didn't know how she ended up in the pool or why. So I feel like if there is some parents out there that, you know, that little girl drowned in the pool, and they, you know, there was a little pet dog, obviously, but I guess the message for the parents was she actually, believe it or not, she died rescuing the pet, you know, the doggy, which is really, really sad. But yeah, I mean, it felt like the parents needed to know what caused their little girl to drown. So, I mean, from my perspective, she was just like this pure little hero, you know. But it was just really, really sad to see, actually, you know. So I don't know, that one's quite sad, and it's, you know, grieving the loss of a child. Grieving the loss of anybody is bad enough, but grieving the loss of a child, you know, if I don't know if that's meant to just help grieving parents, maybe, or families. Oh, and then so the fifth message came as clairaudience. It's kind of a sad week, really, for like seeing and hearing the ending for people, but it wasn't, I don't know, I mean, like I say, Bob or Rob, you know, knowing there's a possible message that not to stop, so there's a reason for that. Animal lovers came through this week. It was really strange. Like, again, said Brenda, sorry I had to leave the cats, and time snuck up on me. I mean, the DM messages obviously for everybody. That could be a lot to do with the strange vibrations, that, you know, the strange energy, vibrational, I don't know, a strange energy shift that's coming out in the next few weeks. I mean, I know it's been happening for the last 2 weeks anyway, but it's just, it hasn't finished yet, really. And then, like I say, just seeing that little girl fall into the pool because she was saving a dog, it was really sad. But anyway, the fifth message, because it came from the clairaudience, and I did connect with the female energy, and then I heard the name Laurie, and then I heard, I froze, I didn't make it home, I should have worn a jacket when I stormed out. So that's, yeah, just like that. I froze, I didn't make it home, and I should have worn a jacket when I stormed out. So that's like, she could have just stormed out someone's house, maybe, well, it's hard to say. And she froze to death, unfortunately. So that's kind of sad. But I think she was just sort of letting somebody know, like, maybe they couldn't, I don't know, you know, how, you know, maybe she was found, but maybe, how did this happen? And again, I said, like in last week's, there's always a story at the ending, but we don't always get to know the story of what led up to someone's ending. And this is how it comes through, like they come through, and it's almost like they're letting the loved ones know, this is actually what happened, this is why, this is what led up to it. So, and it's all for the healing process, the grief, you know, the grieving and the healing process. So sometimes it's just having that added clarity that we just didn't have before. And the only random message that came through this week was, it was really strange, just random, like, he's coming in, Taurus. Excuse me. So I don't, like, just like that, he's coming in, Taurus. So, yeah, so that was this week's collective energy readings. Yeah, again, like I said, that energy shift. I'm going to be intrigued to know if anybody really starts to feel that strange you know, it's like a vibrational pulse. It's like a, I mean, it was really, really weird. But like I say, the message was, everybody at some point over the next few weeks is going to feel so intriguing. And you know, maybe you've already, excuse me, maybe it's already happened and you just like didn't even think about it at the time. But now maybe you think, oh my god, I felt that the other day. Oh my god, what was that? Something like that. But you know, you'll feel it. It's a strange feeling. So I guess that's this week's. If it helps, please, if it resonates, please take it. It's for the healing process. And as always, be kind to each other. It's free. And I will see you all again next week. Hey everybody, I'm Butterfly Karen. Welcome. Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing this week's collective energy readings. Oh la 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 la. Okay, so it's funny. I had a little message from somebody saying that me ooh la la and it's very annoying. Ooh la la. I don't care. And I'm going to annoy you more. So, ooh la la. But there you go. Anyway, yeah. So, let me just check the environmental data. Everything looked good. Humidity was high, so it took me a little bit longer to go down. Well, not go down, but just sort of go deep meditation. Oh, and you know, allergies sort of kick up now and again too with the humidity, so it's okay. Seasonal allergies, but I don't complain anymore because since I moved to Arizona, I literally deal with allergies like maybe 2-3 weeks a year at the most. That is it. Not like Michigan where there was like 4 seasons in one day and I felt like I was dying. No, those days have gone. So it's nice. Let me see what else is going on here. Okay, right. Okay, well I'm just going to get straight into it. Ooh la la. I'm that much of a twat that if you try and say something you don't like about me or you expect me to need your validation for anything whatsoever, or if you try and tell me what to do, I'm going to do the opposite and I'm going to become more of an annoying twat. So, there you go. Now, well, anyway, yeah, so these were more clairaudience and there's quite a few too. And I do have a little bit of an empathic and clairsentient message too. So I feel like people need to be aware of this. I'm going to, because of what I do and I'm connecting to energies, I'm very empathic. So I'm feeling everything. This is why I cannot be around large crowds for too long. I will do it. I will try my hardest. That doesn't mean I'm not going to feel it, or feel people's pain, or feel people's joy. I'm going to feel everything, but sometimes it's very hard for me because I care too much, and I'm not going to stop that because we need more people like me in the world, especially today, where you do care, you do love, you do feel, right? We need more people like me. So, and I'm proud of me. But it's very hard for me to sort of be around people for too long, be in large groups, and you know, I usually sort of prep for it too. If I know I've got to go somewhere where there's a large crowd, I'll do a pre-prep. I'll put my shields up and everything. So, but anyway, so this, I connected with a male energy, and I heard the name Harold. Now he came through twice. He kept coming through, and he was just, I mean, I kept hearing the words, easy light, easy light. So there is a guy called Harold who clearly has a message for somebody here on 3D, who repeated twice, easy light, easy light. I don't know if that means something to somebody. It may resonate. Okay. Now the next message that came through, I was connected to a female energy, and I heard the name Betty, and she was talking about a glass cookie jar, or a container that she used to use for saving money. And then I heard her saying, the container was full, now it's half full, it should be full. So, the container was full, now it's half full, it should be full. It just sounds to me like someone stealing from the cookie jar. And Betty knows. So, or maybe this was left for somebody, this cookie jar, this glass cookie jar, the glass as well. But it could be a container. I mean, let's just, you know, I feel by with a Betty. If somebody knows a Betty, it could be a grandmother figure who's passed over, but she was renowned for, like, she had a cookie jar full of money, or like a big container full of money. And people used to, like, you know, hello, hey Auntie Betty, or hey Grandma, and I was going to borrow some money, that sort of thing. Well, she knows, but I don't know how big this container was, because she was very apparent that it was full. So it could be like a big container or a big jar. But there was clearly, like, maybe it was left for somebody, but by the time it got to that person, it was there was like half of it was gone. So, but either way, she knows, but she also knows who's done it too. I love it when energy is like dropping people in and, you know, revealing that they know everything that's going on. I love it. So I don't even mind being like the agony aunt for 3D and 5D. I really don't mind, because I don't like human behaviour. I don't like, it's disgraceful these days. So if they're coming through and they're exposing people's behaviour, especially their loved ones, I'm gonna pass those messages on in the hope that you change your behaviour. That's all it's designed for. So if I have to be a bit of an agony aunt in doing so, I'll do that. So, okay. Then I connected to another lady called Cheryl. She came through and I heard her. I heard clearly she said, it's just like old times. So I don't know if there's somebody who's... I really wish I could get, like, surnames. I mean, sometimes I do. But it would help me a lot to get full names. Now, because I'm connected to lots of energy, when I'm doing my collective energies, they have a very short window to get their message as quickly as possible through. Because there's a lot. It's not like when I'm doing my core cases where I'm connected only to one specific energy that has all my time, right? It's not like that. This is, you've got like hundreds, probably even thousands, you know, stood at my gate on the ether, right? In the spirit realm. Like that. Run! Got a message, you know. And my amazing spirit team is like, one at a time. So they have like a window. So they have a window, a quick, fast window. So they will literally, you know, if I hear it in a distance too, like screaming, I'm like, okay, I'll just write that one down. Okay. So it's like that. That's how I can't prove it. I can't show you what it's like, but the only way I can explain is what it's like is like that. So I feel like a lot of them really have to sort of, Karen! My name's Cheryl. Okay. Like that. It's funny. I like it. I love it. But again, there's only a window of opportunity. So some of them are really, and it's kind of interesting, and I love it in some ways because it makes me realise you were that boisterous in life, right? I mean, you were probably that demanding too. Or you were that cheeky. Or you were that funny. Or you were that nasty. That sort of thing. I can get a good idea of the type of energy once I connect to that frequency that's got through, I swear to God, it's like, oh, interesting. Like that. So, now, so it's just like old times for Cheryl, so that could resonate. Maybe what she used to say, maybe sometimes when sentences come like that, even little things like easy light, somebody connected to somebody who was like, oh God, blah blah, used to say that all the time. God, that used to annoy me sometimes, but you know, maybe it's like that. That's how you would know the message is for you. So yeah, so this I was seeing a picture visual of this man. He looked to be in his 50s, dark brown hair, right? So he passed away from a stroke. That's how he passed away. He mentioned the words, it's peaceful, and lost jewellery. Check all the cushions to find the necklace. Didn't get a name for this man, but whoever this man was, this male energy, he died of a stroke. He was in his 50s, dark brown hair, and he literally mentioned, it's peaceful, so that's good to know. I mean, it is on that side anyway, I love it. But it's peaceful. And then lost jewellery, and to check all the cushions to find the necklace. So maybe there's a loved one on this side that is looking for, you know, maybe they were left jewellery, but there's a missing necklace, a specific necklace or a piece of jewellery that they wanted. Well, you need to check all of the cushions and you'll find the necklace. So that might resonate for somebody. Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure what came through with this concern, but it stated that a trip planned or possible spare of the moment must be delayed by a week because of weather-related accident. Not to cancel the trip. Whatever day was planned. Oh, okay. Delay it by a week. Oh, that's so weird because okay. I'm still connected to energy, so I feel like there's something coming in. Right, okay, so it could be to do with all the turmoil that's going on in the world right now. I mean, if you understand what's going on around the world, not what your little black box tells you with that mainstream media crap. I'm talking about what's really going on in the real world, right? There's major floodings, there's fires all over the place, there's all sorts of crazy weather storms, phenomena, everything, right? So you're not hearing about it because there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to get into that. What I'm trying to explain is there is something happening in the world right now that is pretty much weather related. Now, I don't know who this is for, but I feel like somebody here in 3D has booked a trip and they're like, and their intuition and they're toying like, I don't know where to go. I don't know. I feel like something's going to happen. I feel like there could be a weather related, anything like that. Like, oh, I don't feel like I should be going, or maybe I need to cancel. Well, one, listen to your intuition, right? However, there is energy. This could resonate to you if you're toying with, I've got to go, so it's all paid for. But there's a part of me that's like hesitant. Don't cancel the trip. The message I was getting was, whenever this trip is booked for, right? Don't cancel it. Just change the date. Just delay it. Contact your agency or whatever, you know, whether you're booked with, and just see if you can reschedule the date for a week later. So there's something, there could be something in that particular week that you support, that particular time period that you would be on vacation, you could get caught up in a weather-related accident, and maybe that's why your intuition is screaming at you, because you also kind of feel like it's possible. Well, now you've got the clarity and confirmation from energy that is connected to you, stating, hey, you don't need to cancel the trip. Just sort of, if you can reschedule it a week later, go for it. That's what I feel like was coming through with that one. Just delay it by a week. Reschedule the dates a week later. And then whatever's happening in that, because you can change your destiny a little bit. You can change. You can jump timelines and everything. That's another talk. I jump timelines all the time so people can't keep up with me, and I love it. I'm very good at it. I've mastered it. But you've got to jump timelines. You've got to, don't tell people what you do. Don't tell people where you're going. Don't tell people your plans. I'll do a little video about it, but so I feel like that, you know, just jump your timeline a little bit, just reschedule. I know that sounds out of this world and whacked out. Look at the state of the world we live in, and look what's really happening, and you're still wondering if what I discuss and my weird and wacky world is really out there, really. But you can believe in what you want to, because that is your free will. So, I won't infringe on it. I have no right to. Just saying. Just observe the world and then ask yourself, is it really that far-fetched? Yeah, is this reality really the be-all and end-all? I don't think so. But okay. Now, okay, so I did connect to another energy, a female energy. She came through and she was stating, we went dancing. Just like that, short and sweet. We went dancing. Again, that could be something that happened at the end. Or that was the last memory she remembers before she passed over, was we went dancing. It was a female energy. I mean, there are like 1 billion people on the planet, so, but billions. What I'm saying is, if you hear, can't always get clarity. I'm really tapped in right now, and I'm trying to pull on this, but I feel like it was just a distance energy line. We were dancing. We went dancing. So, if something resonates with you, don't make something a fit if it doesn't. If you don't feel, oh, that doesn't sound right. Well, that's it. It doesn't sound right. It's not for you then. But if something hits you, like if you feel like you've just been kicked in the gut when you hear like a message and you go, and you feel like that, and then your intuition's screaming, I think this is for me. It's probably for you. So there you go. That's how you know how to use your discernment. Intuitively, you'll get that. I feel this is weird, but it feels very familiar, right? And now your intuition's kicking in. So it's possibly something that resonates for you. Always use your discernment when it comes to sort of this, energies. So, I do deal with some weird and wacky, wonderful energies on that side. Now, I was connected to a male energy and I heard the name Stuart. So I'm sure, I feel like this energy was called Stuart. And he came through. He sounded like a prankster, right? Possible joker of the family. He mentioned his Christmas antics when it came to Christmas crackers. And that he stole people's sandals for fun. Okay. And then he mentioned find the jigsaw puzzle. So, there is a family that lost a male member by the name of Stuart. This is where you can start to really zone in to feel like, could this be our Stuart? Something like that. Who was an absolute prankster of the family. But he did mention his Christmas antics when it came to Christmas crackers. So there's something very spot on, but there's something very zoned in on Christmas crackers. He probably used to, I don't know, he probably used to do some crazy stuff with Christmas, put stuff in Christmas. He probably used to make his own Christmas crackers and put all kinds of crap in there, right? That were just like, but he was a prankster. So, but he was also renowned for like stealing people's sandals for fun, right? That was very prevalent. He hasn't changed in death, by the way. I mean, once he's on 5D, he has not changed. He's still a bit of a prankster. He's still got that sense of humour. So, his message was, find the jigsaw puzzle. So there's clearly something about jigsaw puzzles that maybe he left you all a message or another prank. So, I don't know. But there's something to do with the jigsaw puzzle that you need to find, apparently. So that's going to resonate for probably a family or some loved ones. But again, this guy, this joker is still a joker. Okay, so I did connect to a male energy. And I was aware he was in his 30s. He came through and he passed away from a drug overdose. He stated, clean as a whistle now. Okay, so maybe if somebody lost a male loved one in his 30s because he was known for, he was a drug addict. He did pass away from a drug overdose, and that would have been how he passed away too. But he came through and he just wanted to let his loved ones know he's clean as a whistle now. Okay. Talking about soul transitioning. This morning was just, I'm okay. I was connected to energy during sleep state and dream state. It's beautiful. It's just normal for me. But I was connected to, there was a Tessa. I knew I was in England and I knew this woman was English because I had the accent and everything. So there is an English woman, there's an English woman either in England or here in the States. It doesn't matter, but this woman's English. She's British. Right? She lost a little boy by the name of Daniel. He had brown hair, blue eyes, and he was around 3 years old. Okay. I didn't get a full... There was something to do with a stepdad. I don't know if that's anything to do with how the little boy passed away. However, the moment I was connecting to her there was like that dream interception frequency had happened. She feels him all the time, obviously, because he's transitioned now. But up until this morning, he hadn't transitioned at all. And he was like, literally, when I was kind of seeing him, he was just tugging on, he was always holding onto her waist. So he was always like with his mum. His name's Tessa. But it's like she can feel him, but she can't see him. well, that's usually how it is in 3D. However, this morning I was in my dream interception sleep state. I brought, you know, I was able to sort of, she was in a beautiful state of consciousness anyway. She was in a sleep state, but, or maybe she was just daydreaming, or anyway, she was in a beautiful state of consciousness that I was able to sort of, she was able to see him. And there was it was beautiful actually. It was really nice. There was a lot of hugging going on. This is usually what I do when I'm doing grief counselling. I'll connect people to the 5D so they can say goodbye to loved ones. That's kind of what I do when it comes to my grief counselling sessions. It's very intricately done, but that's how I do it. And it's just basic meditation, but you can connect. It's energy is energy. So she was able to see Daniel, and he, you know, he was able to, you know, the hugs and everything. It was really, it was, I mean, I was crying my eyes out and everything. Even when I woke up, I'm like, oh, for the love of God. So, but they're emotional ones to me. I love doing that. But she just needed to know, like, he was still with her and she wasn't going crazy, basically, which is really sad. But that's what it's like today. So she got that confirmation, but she was also able to see him transition. Oh, it broke her. I mean, it broke her heart for all the right reasons. Like, it was nice. Like, she was, like, finally happy. Like, she was able to, one, see him again, just one more time, say goodbye, lots of hugs and stuff. And then she transitioned him. Like, she watched him transition, because that's kind of what I do. So, but I feel like Tessa woke up today feeling very different, like lighter. Like, oh my God, I just dreamt about Daniel. Well, you didn't. Well, you did. But you had an energy connection with Daniel, and you were saying goodbye. You're feeling lighter because you was able to say goodbye. No, for sure, you were right. Sometimes that's what it's about. But I feel like the grief has been so heavy with her for so long with this Tessa. I mean, like I say, I say all the time, losing a loved one is bad, but losing it, you know, it's horrible. But losing a child, I can't even imagine. But I just felt like this Tessa needed this clarity. So if you do know Tessa in England, or whether she's here in the States or anywhere in the world, that lost a little boy, a son by the name of Daniel, who was around 3 years old. Just find out if she was dreaming about him. Like, if she saw him in a dream and she was hugging him and everything felt real, and then she saw him go into the light, it was real. So, and she's probably wondering who that weird woman's soul that was there too. It's okay. It's called a dream, energy dream interception. It's normal for me. Energy, loved ones on 5D will connect me to an energy frequency, somebody here in 3D. If you're asleep and there's a message, that's how they'll interconnect our frequencies together. That's all. And you'll have a weird dream about me. You'll be like, who on earth was that woman? And me too. I'm like, who on earth was that? Okay, that was weird. But it makes sense to me. It just takes me a few minutes to go, oh crap, I've got to write something down. Whereas the person on the other receiver is like, who on earth was that woman? What on earth just happened? It's like that. So that's a dream interception. Perfectly normal. Hard to prove, hard to explain, but that's the best I can, that's the only way I can really explain it. Again, you're entitled to believe in what you want to, but it's okay. But I felt like Tessa woke up feeling a little bit different, a bit lighter, and almost like she can go on confirmation. She can go on a bit more. Like she can. I felt like she's not having. It's not like she's feeling guilty for having fun. You've got to live your life. You've got to create the memories. You've got to have something, lots and lots of things to talk about when you're reunited. So it's not that you're not going to forget him and you're not doing anything wrong. You do not need to be feeling guilty, but you need to live your life. You need to, you'll learn how to manage the grief as you go along, but you have to live. You can't stay there. And I feel like there's something a little bit more. I feel like we were connected specifically because you've been thinking a lot about just not wanting to be here anymore. Well, you were given that gift this morning to show you, look, you're here for a reason. You have a life to live. You're here. You have a purpose. Danielle is right where he needs to be, peacefully, and you're going to be with him soon enough. Life is fleeting. Human years, human life years are fleeting. So don't be giving up now. Don't need to. And if you're really struggling with that grief process too, please find a grief counsellor. Find somebody you can talk to. Find a therapist. If you're feeling about giving up, please don't do that. Go and speak to somebody first. Go and find help. But in the nicest way, I don't feel like you're going to wake up, Tessa, today feeling like that anymore. I feel like you got the clarity you just needed. But if you're still feeling that low and that, I can't do this anymore, please go and speak to somebody. Go and see a therapist. So enjoy that gift. It is a beautiful gift to be given. Not everybody gets it. There are millions and millions of people around the world that would love to have that, get that little gift. And you clearly, your loved ones in energy on 5D, somebody came through very strongly, ferociously, to connect our frequencies. You're meant to get that message for a reason. So there could be a lot more going on too in your personal life, and that's why I'm really focused on you working with the grief process and finding a counsellor or a therapist that will help you. So that, my friends, my peoples, is this week's collective energy readings, and I will see you all again very, very soon.